case. He's in there.
Yeah, your suspect is in there. If you want to keep an eye on him, we'll let you know when we're ready.
Damn one.
The judge is ready if you want to bring him in.
All right.
All right. Follow you. I mean, we can go out that door over there if you want, but I don't think that's the way.
No. Unfortunately. All right, Chief, where you need me?
So you'll be at the table opposite to him.
Oh, that.
Bailiff, can we get an anklet on the suspect and get the cuffs off?
Yeah, I'll uncuff him.
All right. Let me get the defendant up to the podium. State your name, sir.
Dune Cross.
All right. Bailiff, do you mind swearing in the witness? Does he promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
All right, raise your right hand.
What?
Jesus.
Why am I over?
I don't know. All right, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help me.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Your God of choice.
Yes, sir.
All right.
All right.
Jesus.
Can we get the trooper up here? State your name, sir.
Trooper Steven Starsnick, badge number 386.
All right, go ahead and raise your right hand. Bailiff, swear him in.
All right, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help me, your God of choice.
I do.
All right.
All right. So, what we got? State v. Hansen, or State v. Cross. Sorry, that was the last case. State v. Cross, I now call court into session. Gallery, please keep all your comments to yourself. If you do not, you will be found guilty of contempt of court. And,
He is very
pay a
quiet
fine
back
to
here
court.
for you, Judge.
Well, I'm shouting, so.
Oh.
Get closer then. I don't know what to tell you. All right, so the way this is going to work, basically, I'm going to read out the report. All right, and then what you're going to do is you're going to provide your defense and what you have a problem with, okay?
Okay, I guess I don't have a lawyer.
I don't have a lawyer
No,
present
there is no
represent
lawyer.
you.
Yeah, you are self-representing.
Oh, great. Okay.
All right. So basically, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna read off the report. I'm gonna read the charges, and then you may question the trooper if you so choose, or you may present other facts that would call into question the charges and or the statements of the trooper. Make sense?
Yes, sir. Or yes, Your Honor.
All right. So, State v. Cross on November 22nd, 2025. While on patrol, I was investigating a call of a stolen dozer from Davis Quarry in Sand Beach Shores when I, Trooper Steven Starsnake, badge number 386, I observed a dozer leaving the quarry driving west on Highway 68 and driving on the exit ramp on the Highway 13 southbound on northbound lanes, driving opposite directions. I activated my lights, my emergency lights and siren, attempted to stop the vehicle. I gave multiple commands over the PA in my car. The suspect kept driving and running over multiple locals and started targeting towards my car and striking it multiple times, even ran over my car. I attempted to get out of my car and shoot the dozer, trying to disable it to keep it from causing any more damage or serious injuries. The suspect even ran over me in the process. My body-worn camera and dash camera was running and recording everything that took place. Once I got the suspect stopped, After shooting him, I moved him out of the way of traffic to the side of the roadway and started first aid and cuffed the suspect and conducted a pat search for weapons and anything illegal on the person. I took the lockpicks for the suspect since it was possibly used to steal the vehicle. Once 312 got on gate, radioed for him to be en route to help with giving aid and traffic control with crime scene. Okay.
Okay.
Charges are going to be reckless driving causing serious injury, assault without weapon, government official, vehicle theft, possession of stolen vehicle, flee and elude, flee LEO causing injury, flee elude fail to obey order to stop, resist officer, flee elude LEO with lights and sirens activated. Okay.
I got most of those, but yeah.
Would you like to write them down, sir? Would you like me to read them out to you slowly?
Well, I know that I think you said there were multiple flee and elude charges in there.
Correct. So
Correct.
you have flee elude, flee LEO causing injury, flee and elude fail to obey order to stop, resist officer, flee elude LEO with license sirens activated.
Okay. So, nope. Am I able to have some questions now?
Yep. Stand up to the podium and ask your questions. So you can address the trooper and ask him questions, or you can call witnesses. But other than you cannot question. I'm not going to give you legal advice in this trial. I cannot give you legal advice.
Oh, this is why I was a lawyer, but okay. Okay, well, to the trooper that was there, did you, the individuals that you say I caused severe bodily harm to, was that before or after you pushed me into a couple of them with your said vehicle from the behind?
That would be before.
So, on top of that is the fleeing and eluding in 4 different ways subject to 4 different charges, or because I didn't stop, or is it because you decided to jump out in front of a dozer that was moving in that direction and you got in the way? Because if the dozer had the bucket up in the air, I could not see through the front window. And it is a big machine, and I was unable to hear anything.
That'd be fling load and not stopping for emergency vehicle, and you driving a dozer on a highway, which is also illegal and reckless.
Okay. But does that warrant 4 or 5 different flee and elude charges on that person?
Like I said, you were fling eluding from me after I gave you multiple commands to stop.
All right, Trooper. Well, if you gave me multiple commands and the person said did not hear you over the loud machine, or that you were too far away from the said person, did you really give those commands?
Yes, when you were constantly following me and striking me with your dozer.
Well, still, if the individual did not hear you yell out those commands, does that also mean that just because I didn't hear you, that those commands stay?
Yes, I even tried getting in front of you, and you still kept trying to pick me up with your dozer.
When
with
you got
my
in
lights
front
and
of
sirens going.
When you got in front of said dozer, weren't you not just stopping and parking in front of the dozer where I could not see you in the blind spot of the bucket in the air?
No, I was also trying to block traffic from you running over any more people. Okay. And moving on the way so you don't run over me again.
Your Honor, and prior to this incident, can I mention something that may have mentioned for the blood loss?
Sure, you can enter testimony on your behalf. But is it going to be related to the charges and/or what's in the report?
It is not within the report or the said specific charges, but it is an interaction I had just before with this officer.
Will it produce any evidence whether you are guilty or not guilty of these charges?
Okay, well, I guess it would be unless his dash cam was recording, it'd be a he/she fight in that sense.
What I'm asking is, does it speak to your guilt and/or innocence?
It may have been a partial reason as to why the rest of this has happened.
Okay. Is that
Um,
going to help you in your defense, though?
I don't know. Probably not. So I probably shouldn't say anything.
Okay. I will say this. If it has to do with something that you think was done wrong by the trooper, then you can file a complaint with the state police, and then they will do their own internal investigation.
Would I have to do that here or after court?
You can do it after. Or
Okay.
you could bring a lawsuit against the state police, and that will then trigger the same thing, an internal investigation by the command of the state police. So it's whichever direction you would want to go. I would say that I can't tell you which one to do.
Mm-hmm.
All I can do is tell you the facts. The internal investigation by filing a formal complaint will probably cost you less money because you will not need a lawyer for that one. But to file a lawsuit with the state, you are going to potentially need a lawyer. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have anything else to offer the court?
At the moment, I can't think of anything.
Okay. You don't just have to ask questions. You could also make statements to the court.
Okay. I do have a statement for the courtroom here as well.
Okay.
Well, said this dozer and the individual, say a white cop car that is trying to possibly either follow or get in front of said big heavy equipment with multiple blind spots, decides to run under the back of the said vehicle and push it into said civilians prior to other incidents which may have caused some bodily injury to locals around the area, is one of my statements. As well as the trooper decides to park in front of a slow-moving vehicle and just waits until the vehicle may or may not hit the individual because I could not see him in blind spots. As of then, that's basically the only statement I can think of at the moment.
Okay. All right. Please go back to your seat then. All right, State, do you have anything to provide that would speak to the guilt or innocence of this defendant? Trooper?
Oh, I wouldn't know if you're talking to me or the
That's you.
chief
Yes,
over there.
you are the state. You are the state versus Mr. Cross. So, do you have anything that you would like to produce outside of your report that would speak to the guilt or innocence of this defendant?
Sure.
Okay, step up to the podium. Go ahead.
Let it be known that driving a dozer, which is heavy equipment, does not belong on public roadways, nor does it belong on a highway unless giving proper permits and construction equipment notifications to local agencies for road construction.
Okay.
And I did not intend to push the dozer with my car. He braked all of a sudden and went into reverse and drove over my vehicle.
Okay.
And I had my lights and sirens activated and gave him multiple commands and even tried to get in front of him to stop him, and then striking my vehicle with the bucket, and also rolled my car over the freeway.
Okay. Anything else?
I then
go in.
I then drew my firearm and tried to shoot the tracks on the dozer to disable it. At which point in time he kept charging to me, which led to using deadly force.
You say charging it? You mean in the dozer or on foot?
In the dozer.
Okay.
And once he fell out of the dozer after being shot, I then carried him out of the roadway, put him on the shoulder, cuffed him, searched him, and administered first aid. And when 312 got on duty, I radioed for him to come over and assist.
Okay. All right. Is that all you got?
That is it.
Okay. Defense, do you want to respond to any of those things?
Yeah, I got a couple of responses too.
Okay, go ahead.
However, the heavy equipment may or may not be allowed on said freeways, because the trooper may understand that sometimes heavy equipment is not up to par with that company's regulations or up to the state regulations, and when he may have bumped underneath the big rippers on the back of the dozer, maybe it jostled the controls that may or may not have shoved it into reverse. But at the time, I don't remember the vehicle going in reverse. On top of that, if it did, there would be a big loud backup alarm for that said vehicle for the trooper to, or whomever might be behind those equipment pieces, to make way of the vehicle backing up. As well as I was also hitting the horn in this said process, and to remark to him trying to get in front, trooper decides to get in front of a vehicle with massive blind spots with a big bucket in front of the window, and which proceeds to, he cannot see said vehicle or person in front of the heavy equipment, and knowingly he stops in front of it multiple times. And because of it being such a big piece of equipment, I may or may not have felt said vehicle on the front of the dozer.
Okay.
That is all, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Trooper, you might come back up to the podium.
Sure.
Okay. How did you determine that this vehicle was stolen?
Got a call report from our on our CAT system that a dozer was stolen from the quarry. And while driving in the quarry, I then saw the dozer run the gate, and get on Highway 68, which then I proceeded to make a traffic stop on it.
Okay. And then can you walk me through the charges? So I'll state the charge and you tell
Sure.
me where you got it. So we've already established the vehicle theft. Okay. Then we'll go to the assault without the weapon, government official.
Absolutely.
So just explain to me where you got the assault from. Is that when he hit your vehicle or you with the dozer?
Correct.
Okay. And then walk me through the reckless driving causing seriously injury.
That would be him running over my vehicle and also running over multiple vehicles, which cause injuries to locals.
Okay. The flee LEO causing injury.
Yes, that would be him in the dozer operating it and actually running over my body,
Okay.
which
And
caused
then
some injury to me.
okay. And then flee, elude, failure to obey, order to stop.
Correct. That would be me on the PA system in our squads to order him to stop the dozer and pull it over, which he did not.
Okay. And then resist officer, flee, elude LEO with lights and sirens.
Correct. That would be him fling elude, which is also known as resisting.
When
Yeah.
did he? What was the resisting? Where did that come from? The driving of the dozer. I'm sorry, I missed that.
Yeah, driving the dozer failure to stop, which is also can be considered resisting. But if
Okay.
there's any conflict of any charges, I will be happy to adjust accordingly.
That's fine. I'll make the determination at the end, and we'll just correct. Have the
All
bailiff correct the report. All right. Let's see. Bailiff, what is the more serious charge? The failure to obey to stop or causing injury?
Are these the two flee and eludes?
Yeah, which one is higher? I'm assuming the causing injury.
Yes. So it would be failure to obey order to stop. Then there's a flee at high speed. Then there's causing property damage. Then causing injury.
Okay. And then for okay. So the reckless driving, right, causing serious injury, was that before or after you activated your lights and sirens?
That would be after.
Okay. Okay.
I evacuated my emergency license sirens right away once I saw him get on the 68 leaving the quarry.
Okay. All right, perfect. You can go back to your podium.
All right.
If you want to stand in front of it so you can hear me better, that's fine. So make my determination. So I do define the defendant guilty of vehicle theft, possession of a stolen vehicle.
I had a couple questions, Your Honor.
Oh,
Sorry.
go ahead. Send it.
When the trooper says he showed up to the quarry and went and looked at where the vehicle may have been stolen, did he go to the exact location, or did he just assume any dozer driving by was a stolen dozer?
Good question. Great
As
question.
it is a mining quarry, so there is tons of moving heavy equipment around in the area, and you never may know if they did or did not have a permit.
I guess the question is, how did you determine that the vehicle was stolen?
Oh yeah, like how did you
Once
determine
I
that exact one?
yeah, but once I saw it leave the quarry and get on the highway, that was my initial suspicion that it was stolen. And then once I activated my emergency license sirens and saw it wasn't stopping, then that's what became more probable cause that it was stolen.
So did you? Okay.
Yeah, and it was only dozer in the area.
So did you run the registration at any point on the dozer?
There was no registration or plates on the dozer.
Well, you can use the police app on your phone. You can scan the vehicle for its VIN, and it will tell you it'll return the owner.
Oh, was not aware that we could run bins.
Okay.
But so you can use your ALPR system in your car that will give you accurate information. The phone app is not entirely accurate.
Oh, okay. I stand corrected. So the ALPR will pick up the VIN off the vehicle, even the dozer.
Yeah, it will pick up
Okay.
who it is registered to.
Okay. I'm assuming they probably have some fancy system with the state that
Yeah,
picks
there's
up.
some fancy system. We can
yeah.
get license plate numbers on anything and everything that is a moving vehicle.
Yeah, I'm assuming there's probably a transmitter in there that's like screaming the VIN or something. All right. Okay. So I take back what I just said. All right. So if does everyone rest? Defense, do you rest?
Yeah.
Trooper, do you rest? Do you have anything else to provide?
Yes, I'm good.
Okay. All right. So on the charge of vehicle theft, possession of a stolen vehicle, I will find the defendant not guilty. And the reason I'm going to make that determination is because I don't know who owns the bulldozer, and apparently no one in this courtroom does, at least from the prosecution side, because it was never the registration would never run. But we'll just do that as a lapse of understanding. Okay. So, due to the possession of a stolen vehicle being dropped, and that was going to be, I'm assuming, what was your initial reason for stopping him was believing that it was a stolen vehicle. I'm going to drop all the other charges.
Can I interrupt, Judge?
Yeah, go ahead.
It sounds like the reason for the stop was the bulldozer on the roadway, and then it went opposite lanes. That's actually what he said. The reason was why he stopped it.
Well, so I mean, but there's no charge for operating an unruly vehicle.
Yeah, but he was driving opposite lanes, right? And
I was gonna get there. I was
okay.
Counting transit, show me 10 through 7th and 8th.
Shutting up.
I'll drop those charges, okay, except for the reckless driving due to you operating heavy machinery in opposing lanes of travel. Okay. Actually, since you didn't, so we'll drop all the charges and we'll go from here. Okay. So reckless driving, okay, because you didn't cause injury before the flee and elude. Does that make sense?
Yes, Your Honor.
So since
Correct.
you were operating the vehicle on the roadway in opposing lanes of travel, we're going to go there. We'll start with that, okay? So that's the first charge. As for the flee and elude, you did run over a lot of property for the state, and you also did strike the officer with the bulldozer. It doesn't matter where his vehicle was stationed. You still willingly drove your vehicle into the trooper who announced his presence with activated emergency lights and sirens. And I'm assuming a lot of gunshots. I don't know because there's no pictures on the report, so I can't see. But what I'm assuming is that he shot at you a lot. So you knew he was present.
Something out there then.
And then I will keep the... So that will be the
those pictures.
flee and elude, Elio causing injury, and then assault without a weapon because you use that vehicle to assault that trooper. Does that make sense?
In a way, yes. Can I throw something out there though, just for my sake?
Oh,
I mean,
I
time
forgot
to
put the pictures.
you
Oh.
rested, so no.
Oops.
I don't know how shit works. Yeah, so
Yeah, and so those are the three charges. We got those, everybody. Can we make the corrections on the report, please?
Absolutely.
Okay.
You can do that now, Trooper.
Yep.
Okay.
Go ahead.
If
Go
you
ahead and
want
do
just, Chief, you just want to give me the list of what we're doing here.
So it was the original reckless driving,
Correct.
then flee and elude causing injury,
Correct.
and then assault without a weapon on a government official. Those are the three charges that are staying.
Actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, I feel like a bulldozer would be considered a deadly weapon.
It could, but we didn't bring those as a possible charge.
Yeah, that makes sense. So we'll go over that in the case law perspective.
Yes.
We'll go over that. Okay. There's a lot of stuff that needs to get figured out here. This is a very complicated case, right? All over a fucking bulldozer. Oh boy. I have to have a long talk with fucking Judge Longmire about this shit.
And they said having a DOJ was going to be easy, simple, and such a good idea.
I got a lot of writing to do on the on the state website. Oh boy.
Just let us know when those charges are updated if you need help with anything, Trooper.
Yeah, I remember how to delete charges on here.
So it should be if you just search for the charge, and then if you right-click it, it should remove it.
All right. Okay. If you want to verify the charge list.
Yeah, when you've got it set, just make sure you save it, and we'll refresh and take a look.
All right. I got it saved.
I think we still got a couple extra charges on there.
Yeah. Bale, if you just want to take care of that, please.
Yeah, I'll fix it.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right, go ahead and give it a refresh there, Judge, and make sure I got it right.
Okay. Flee elude causing injury, assault without weapon, government official, and then recklessly driving causing serious injury. Look good to me. Yeah. I'm still good with the time and fine. Just give credit for 25 months due to the. How long was he in custody for?
He's been in custody for a while.
Okay. All right.
I mean, you're the judge. We took this to court, and you determined the charges. So.
Yeah, no, I know.
It's your
I'm just trying to
determination on
figure out how
25.
long he's been in custody.
Yeah, if you gotta send me to the prison, you gotta send me to the.
I'll give him credit
Yeah.
for the time in custody. Let's do 15 months. And then the fine will stay the same, and the license points will stay the same.
Like you're talking about the fine that's filled in there right now?
Whatever the recommended fine is from the.
Okay, whatever the recommended fine is. Okay.
Yeah. Whatever the recommended fine is, and then we'll keep the 75. The 75, we'll just do 15.
All right. Trooper, you want to handle that?
But basically, if so that court case is over, we're good, resolved. Going into the case law that will come from this, just to share with everyone else. So, even though you weren't charged today without weapon assault without a weapon, we're going to be considering vehicles as the deadly weapon, right? it's basically a 2,000 pound, or I mean that is probably like 20,000 pounds
Minimum 2,000 pounds.
Yeah,
Some
like
of the other ones are
20,000
more.
pound thing, right? And if you're gonna hit someone that's not in a vehicle, right? So not in a vehicle with that, that will be considered assault with a deadly weapon. Okay. If the trooper's in the vehicle or the individual's in the vehicle, we will not consider that assault with a deadly. Right? Does that make sense?
Yes.
And then going for the flee and elude charges, I will type it up more perfectly when I do post um, the case on the state website. But the flee and elude can only be on one instance. So if if you activate your lights and sirens, trooper, and then someone runs on foot, right, and then gets into a car, and that's a short time frame, we're just going to consider that flee and elude in a vehicle. Okay. Now, if they get into a vehicle and then crash said vehicle and then get out of the vehicle and start running from you, that will be considered a separate charge, which would be resisting detention without violence, or if they punch you, that would be resist with violence. Okay. But as far as the flee elude goes, if they stay in that vehicle and they are just running from you, that is only one charge of flee and elude. It has to be separate, deliberate actions to get more charges. Does that make sense?
Okay, yeah, that that clears that part up.
Right. So separate, deliberate actions will constitute more charges. The action to get in a car and flee is one. The intention to get out of the vehicle and continue to flee on foot, right, is going to be another deliberate separate action. And then say they ran to a boat, right? That would be a separate deliberate action.
Can I ask a clarifying question?
Are we going to talk about running from cars to car?
No.
Okay, good.
This is more of, so we have multiple levels of flee and elude. So if they're in the same car and we start out, fleeing at high speed, and then say they run over a bunch of stuff, so they've caused property damage.
Go with the highest charge.
Go with the highest charge. Okay.
Yeah. That's us. Yeah, get to it at the end. Yeah. So that's gonna be all on the fucking thing. But yeah. So right, and like if they flee on foot for an extended period of time, right, that'll be in there. So it's not like you're not gonna get out of a vehicle, run on foot 2 feet to a new vehicle, get in that, swap to a different vehicle, and that's considered 2 charges, right? It has to be like a clear intent that they're just fleeing on foot for an extended period of time. And that's like a reasonable person would determine that he wasn't just running to a new car, he was running on foot for an extended period of time. Does that make sense?
Just for clarification, what would be an extended amount of time fleeing
A
on foot?
reasonable person would determine that he was running for an extended period of time versus just swapping into a different vehicle. So,
Like, yeah.
reasonable person, you would think like he crashes into a parking lot and then runs up to a new car, unlocks it, and gets in and drives away. Right? That's not a separate charge. But crashing his vehicle, getting out on foot, running 2 blocks or 3 blocks, and then his buddy comes and picks him up in a car and then flees, that would be an extended period of time. Does that make sense?
Okay, yeah, I was just wondering what the extended period of time was. If it was 10 steps.
Reasonable person, right? Like, I'm not going to put it down to a step count because I don't need you counting a person's steps while they're fleeing from you. I feel like that's the least.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it'll be pretty. It'll be.
It'll be pretty
if they're
obvious,
if
right?
they're just swapping vehicles, it's pretty obvious. If
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
like running around like a chicken with their head cut off, praying for the best, and then something just happens to fall in their lap, then
Yeah, that's a different story. So and that'll also come to like I'll leave that to the state police to work into their training and their policies, and then if it's ever called into question, just call me up and we can have a bench trial about it. We can have a quick one if we want to dispute like a resisting charge. Like that's perfectly fine. That'll take 5 minutes. I'll just come down. I can come down to the cells and we can just take care of that real quick of like this is what I recommend as a charge. you can. The defendants can always call a lawyer, and then that lawyer can sit there and argue with you about a resisting or a whatever charge if they want to do it in the cells. So I'll leave that to officer discretion and the lawyer for the defense or the defendant, right? If they want to self-represent. But I don't know if I'm missing anything else.
I think that's everything.
Any opinions on anything else? Do we need? Okay, cool. Well, court's dismissed. Defendant remand the suspect into custody or defendant into custody.
Yeah, if you know, we'll just do this. Huzzah! I'm going back in cuffs. To at least go down to the cells.
All right.
But we're not going to drive you anywhere. We're just going to take you down to the cells here.
Yeah.
Sweet. What's up, gallery? What's up?
I really wish I had my own lawyer there because I have no idea what I just did. So.
You did good, Mr. Cross. You did just fine. I mean, you got
Alright.
you questioned the stolen vehicle. You got that charge drop, so you got to be kind of proud of yourself a little bit. All right, go ahead and in the
Yeah.
cell.
I mean, now that I went towards the end.
All right,
of it,
that cell is.
Oh,
That
I
cell
did
door
forget
is
something.
locked.
I did forget something.
Oh,
Yeah.
Right to appeal. Shit. So, even though you're found guilty, I would like to. You can have the opportunity to appeal those charges.
Okay.
If you do not first plead guilty in the cells, you will have the right to appeal. Okay, and that will go to a new judge, and that will just be a judicial review essentially. So there's no real court case. You just write to the judge what you would like to, or talk to a judge in person of what you feel you're wronged, and then the judge can weigh in on those charges.
Okay. And just to clarify, what are the 3 or 4 charges that I'm getting at this time?
I'll leave that to the troopers.
Okay.
Hashtag not my job.
Okay.
I don't get paid
all
enough
right.
for that.
Let me get you out of cuffs here.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I don't
All right.
cuff the trooper standing next to me. We'll see if this works. Oh, it did work. Look at that.
Yeah. Look at that.
All right, Steven, if you just want to fine him for the 12,000,
Okay.
and then jail him for 15 months.
Make it
Sounds
10,
good.
since we went over the
Yeah,
Okay.
10 months
10.
now.
Okay.
10 months
Am
since
I
we went
getting a
over the.
statute? Am I getting
Yeah.
state V cross now?
That's
Yes.
fair.
No. Oh.
Yeah, he said yes. You're
Yes.
getting this.
Yes.
This will
Oh.
go down as State v. Cross.
Yeah, this will go down as state v cross, so this will be used in other defenses. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, anytime there's going to be precedents that are set, like the judge wants to set a precedent with the case, then we're going to then put that on
Yeah.
the docket. So
Okay.
state v cross will be a thing.
Okay.
Yeah. And then you have Longmire's number, right, Judge Longmire?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
If you
sure
want to
he'll
just, if you
roll
just
out
want
of
to
bed.
text them and let them know, I'll send the stuff
right,
to him
your
so he
new
can confer
fine
on the
is
verbiage before it's posted up there.
14,750.
All right.
And sentence is 10 months.
Or
with
I'm just going to
18
put it up
points.
there and we can then talk about whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Ever had a judge ride along with you?
All right. You should have gotten the fine.
I have a question, please.
Oh,
For who?
Is there a reason I got almost 15 grand taken?
12 grand. You were supposed to fine him 12 grand.
I just went with the recommended was. You're on the.
Yeah, the recommended is 12,000. You had some stuff filled out beforehand.
It was all.
So he needs $3 grand.
Possibly. We'll get it taken care of. Send me your bank records when you get out of jail.
Can I not just give him money?
No, we can't, but I want to
All
know exact because I don't know exactly what was just fined. That's
I think
what I
it
want
was
to know first.
14750.
Just when
Okay,
you get out of jail, it should be in your bank records. Just send me the fine invoice so I can look at it, and I will reimburse you what I need to reimburse you.
All right, thank you.
Are you on the state website?
I tried to. It was giving me issues yesterday or the day before, so I will try and get into that this
All right,
afternoon.
we'll talk about it later. Are you? You're
Yeah.
right. Yeah, you're in here. Okay.
All right. If everybody wants to step back so I can send him to jail, so I don't send anybody else.
His favorite number's 9.
There we go.
All right, good work, Steven.
As soon as you mentioned pictures, I was like, ah, shoot, I forgot to add that.
It is what it is. You live and you learn.
I was trying to mainly get the report typed.
Yeah, it's all good. You get most of it. You still went to jail for